What is that? The legend of the Sandman, the giver of dreams?
The Sandman can make your dreams come true! It's magic!
I can see your crack, Houdini.
I know director Alex Wu mentioned he made this film because he was fascinated by dreams and kind of what they mean and why we have them. And I was wondering, what are your thoughts on dreams in general and the meaning behind them?
Yeah, that's a really, really great question. Very deep one to start off. I mean, I think there's something to dreams, right? I think, you know, as we go to sleep at night, there's all sorts of things that are firing in our brain, both consciously and subconsciously. So consciously, it might be like what I did today, you know, things that my friends brought up to me or things that a coworker said, whatever it is that like my conscious brain is registering. And I think a lot of that tends to play a role in what you dream about that night. And then the other part of it, and probably the juicier part, is what happens subconsciously. Like, what are the like anxieties that you're still working through in your head? What relationship are you feeling really anxious about? What is your, you know, what really deep down scares you? I'm not talking about like spiders, things like that. I'm talking about like, what is your like deep down insecurity? I feel like those are all a part of like your subconscious, and I think when you dream about things from your subconscious, that's where things can get really telling and really, you know, kind of exciting. And like my recurring nightmare is that I'm still in high school and I can't graduate unless I do this test, or I pass this test, or I do this like big assignment that's due in like an hour, and I can't possibly have enough time to do it properly. And I don't know what deep down fear that's attached to. Maybe this like fear, it's like a fear of being held back, and a fear of not being able to move on with your life, and a fear of school. I think I truly have probably a real fear of school and testing and like being locked in a classroom.
Wow.
Sorry.
First of all, I love that answer because I find dreams so fascinating. A lot of what you said, I really agree with. But yeah, that's what I was curious. I was like, did you not have a great high school memory? Or are you just scared of the
Look, I don't want to, I know a lot of people watching this movie are going to be in school, so I don't want to say anything potentially super controversial about school, but I tell you that it was not my favorite place to be. I should say specifically in a classroom. I loved going to school. I loved hanging out with friends at school. I loved a lot of my teachers at school. But I think the idea of going, of like being, I don't want to say locked in a room, but like, you know, being in a room for hours a day and like learning about what life is like outside when you could just be outside learning about it while you're in it. I think that always kind of didn't quite make sense to me. And I think as an education system in general, maybe we're collectively as a society due to like upgrade what our perception of education is.
I've many dreams going to Google to say, what does it mean when you dream about this? I love when I remember my dreams. It's a very special thing. And then I have had some very small in number, but some lucid dreams. And I know my trigger for when I'm in a lucid dream, because in the movie Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, when they would run and then kind of fly. Yeah. And that's how I run in my dream. And so I was like, oh. So I don't know. Something about seeing that on screen made it so that when I do it in my dream, I'm like, oh, you're dreaming. So maybe 3 or 4 times tops has happened. But it's very special. I think dreams are special.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's great. What about you, Jolie?
I mean, I feel like my dreams are usually just like kind of in the movie, like a representation of like whatever I'm dealing with in the world. So if I got like a deadline for school coming up, all my dreams are about like me writing that paper or it's really boring, honestly. Like I wish I kind of had more like fun, kooky dreams, but no, it's usually just telling me, okay, I'm probably a little too stressed about this one thing and maybe I need to chill.
That's right.
I mean, I think dreams are incredible because, like, in this movie does a really good job showing, too, how dreams can, like, anything can happen in dreams, and they could just be wild and silly and adventurous, and I think dreams are just, like, a really incredible thing.
I mean, I don't know. I haven't, like, I'm someone who has very, very vivid dreams, and I've just always assumed that, like, it's my brain trying to work stuff out when it's not attempting to do, like, 40 things at once during the day, even if that's, like, walking while sipping a drink or something, you know? So I don't know. And sometimes it feels like it's really working something out, and then other times it feels like maybe it's just blowing off steam. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very cool, though.
It is. I've always been fascinated by dreams, so I love the concept of this movie.
Yeah.
I also love how, like, in the film, we're seeing the power of kind of sharing dreams together, just seeing, especially, like, Stevie and Elliot and what they can do sharing it.
Yeah.
It made me wonder, if you could share your dreams with any one person, who would you choose and why?
Oh my God. I don't think I'd like that. Like, I don't know. Unless it was sort of like this film and you're, like, going into a world like, if you're going into a world together, actually, I could do that. That would be fun. Who would I choose? Probably, like, one of my girlfriends.
Yeah.
Because we'd have, like, a real hoot and a holler.
Something else I love is how we see the turtle sound machine is what gets Elliot. It works every time to get him asleep. I know for me, a good comfort show, like The Office, actually, honestly, just watching that'll just put me at ease and I'll fall right asleep.
Nice.
I was wondering, what is the thing for you guys that can help each of you go to sleep?
Okay, it's actually really specific. Okay.
Okay.
I also have a comfort show. It's this random anime called Mushishi. That's awesome. Everyone should watch it. And sometimes I'll just put it on and the theme song, like, once I put it on, I heard like 30 seconds of the theme song and I fell asleep. And that is the biggest compliment I can give the show. It's really relaxing.
Right, because it comforts you. Like, I mean, you're like, oh, I can rest easy now.
Exactly. Yeah.
For me, I think it's probably reading a book. Like, if I just lay in bed and, like, start reading a book, I start to get, like, tired, and that helps me go to sleep. But also, like, the Tiny Turtle sleep machine, white noise, also really helps me sleep, so it's actually kind of accurate.
You're such an old soul. I love it.
That's perfect.
I'll, like, watch YouTube videos or something with some politics. or a TED Talk.
Great.
Good TED Talk will knock you out.
Something that helps me go to sleep. Probably, like, when I'm better about this, it's like all electronics are off for, like, the last hour, and then you're just kind of, like, doing little things to get, like, the ritual of getting ready for bed, and then that actually kind of, like, takes care of it. Like, I'll sleep with a sound machine, like, if I'm in a new location, if I'm, like, shooting something somewhere and it's noisy, but for the most part, like, knock on wood, that's usually all it takes.
Wow, you're very lucky.
I know. Yeah.
Well, another thing I thought was really interesting, maybe because I like to do, I write on Post-its a lot too, and I know we see that with Stevie's room, that she's got all these Post-its written. Some are like motivation, some of are reminders. I was wondering if you'd write on a Post-it something on your mirror to keep as a reminder of like a fond memory from working on this film, what would you write?
Whoa. What would I write? Sing more.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
think.
that's good.
Yeah, I had a really good time, like, recording the song for this film. And it was a very, like, fun day. Yeah. And
That's
learning all the
great.
harmonies and, like, and I don't do that as much as I used to, and it's always very, very, like, joyful.
I love that.
Yeah.
Hey, it worked! We're actually inside our dreams! Sandman, where are you?
I know the Sandman!
It can't be. My long-lost favorite stuffed animal.
Baloney Tony!
My man's Elliot.
One of my things I love to see is actually when Stevie goes into her breakfast town dream. I just thought that was super cool. It made me wonder if each of you could build a world based on a genre of food, what type of food would you pick and why?
That's a good question. My favorite food is ramen, so I think if I could like create a world based on food, it would probably be like a giant ramen bowl.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm like envisioning it.
I don't know. I'm addicted to sugar, so it wouldn't be that different from Breakfast Town. It would probably just be like a lot of candy. I'd be I'd be like Hansel and Gretel. Like I would get trapped in that house.
Looks good. I love that. Yeah.
I would be in a Greek salad bowl with some salmon. Yeah,
Greek salad.
Greek salad. I eat it every day.
You gotta go Sushi Town.
Oh.
I'd want to know what
That would be
Sushi
good.
Town looks like, right?
I do too.
You know, first and foremost, not too hot. Not too hot. I think anything that has to do with like grilling, barbecues, ovens, you know, anything that like takes heat to cook, I feel like would just be like kind of hot. And I'm very, very sensitive to heat. So, you know, I love that sushi is like room temperature, maybe even a little bit cooler, and just so tasty. And that it's finger food. Like you could just pop it in your mouth, like wherever you go. You could just be like, ooh, you know.
That's a great one. Yeah, and be very colorful too.
Yeah, exactly.
They're giving me the rap, but I could have talked to you all day. Thank you so much.
Thank you. It was a lot of fun.